It's your girl Jay, the Juju Bay, aka Black Libran Goddess, and I'm back at it again with another tarot reading. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, but yeah, I wanted to do a reading for the lunar eclipse in Taurus that passed up at this point. I think it was last week, and I originally wanted to do it the previous week, but I just couldn't. Move myself out of the way. I couldn't get it together to do that. But that's okay. So I'm going to do this reading now, and this reading would be about what energies, messages, growths, whatever the lunar eclipse that passed had for you. What messages that you had to learn, what energies that you were living in, experiencing again, whatever, what have you. So yeah, this is going to be a really good reading. It's going to be a really fun reading, hopefully. So I have before you, instead of a pick a card, I have pick a deck. And so what I'm going to do is let you all pick whichever deck. This lighting is atrocious. That's a little bit better. Um, my shadow is all over the place, but I'm gonna let you guys pick from one of these decks, and what I'll do is I will shuffle these decks on screen, and also with additional cards and oracle cards, and just try to decipher what energy you guys were in during the lunar eclipse, and of course after the lunar eclipse as well. So we have the three decks here, and I'm going to just tell you what the decks are, and then you'll get into the reading. So for pile number one, we have the Unbound Tarot, which is my deck. For pile number two, we have the Ethereal Visions deck. And for pile number three, we have the African Tarot deck. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take a pause this video, take as much time as you need, and take a deep breath, a deep inhale through the nose, hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then a slow exhale through the mouth for about 6 to 7 seconds. And then I want you to ask your higher self, ask your ancestors, your guides and spirit to guide you to whichever reading, whichever pal or pals. It could be one, it could be all of them, has a reading for you. And once you're done with that, we'll move on into your reading. So again, take as much time as you need, and I will meet you at your reading. Bye, guys. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. All right, so as you can see, everything is set up this way, but the set that I'm reading from, I'm going to be turning the cards into my direction so that I can see them better. So I do like to have the cards on screen for people to see. So however the card pulls up, if you like to see the cards, I would be reading them from my angle, but if you want to read them as well, you can read them from your angle as well. And if you just reverse the cards or read them with no reverse, however you want to do that. And I also suggest you pull cards for yourself if you're one of those type of people who like to do readings along with. Pull some cards for yourself. And let's just see how this resonates. Okay, so Great Spirit, love and benevolent ancestors, both known and unknown, who wish me good and not harm. Great Mother Divine, my clear and great grandfather, I pray that you give me a card or cards to describe the lunar energy, the energy of the lunar eclipse that just passed. For all those who choose pile one, what card or cards do we have? Let me turn it this way. What card or cards? Oh, okay. That worked better. Let's see. Okay. We have the Divine of Cups. Okay, I need one more. Give me another card here. Give me another card, another message, another card, another message, please, for pile number one, for the lunar eclipse in Taurus that just passed. What kind of messages or energies are they in? What kind of messages or words of encouragement do you have for them? Six of Coins in reverse. There you go. And the Two of Chains. Chains. Chain of Fools. Hope I don't get clocked for something that. Alright, Great Spirit, I pray that you let me read these cards accurately and honestly for all those who may come across this. Give me wisdom and insight so that I can give off words of encouragement and help for all those who may come across this reading. This I pray, amen, and I say a shade, amen. Alright, so we have the Divine of Cups, which is the King of Cups, the Six of Coins, which is the Six of Pentacles, and both of these are reversed, and the Two of Chains, which is the Two of Swords. And so the energy that I'm getting that this lunar eclipse in Taurus that just passed by for you guys is decisions. I'm seeing that you guys are making major decisions, that you're finally you've been trying to come on trying to figure out some of certain type of things, and I think this lunar eclipse is really kind of trying to, what it's doing is kind of forcing you into making that choice. I think that you've been sitting on the fence for a while about something. You've been quite uncertain about something. You've been weighing your options. And I think that you've been doing it to a point of stagnation where you've been weighing your options so much that it's kind of like you're just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's like, you've been doing your pros and cons. Like you've been doing the work, to really try to figure something out. But like all the work that you've been doing, while it's been necessary and while it's been good, it's been you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like how if you're trying to decide what you want to do, and so you're doing all of this stuff, and you're trying, because you're trying to so hard, trying to make the right choice, trying to make the right decision, and the truth be told, it's like you already know what you want to do. It's just that there's something that's conflicting you. There's something that's holding you back. Like maybe you want to take the risk of something, do something that is not necessarily in your what's what I'm looking for. It's like people expect you to behave and do certain things a certain way, right? And you've always done things a certain way, but there's something's coming up, right? And like the obvious choice for you would be to continue to do things in a certain way, but there's a part of you that really wants to just go outside of your comfort zone, but it's not so easy for you to go outside of your comfort zone. So you're trying to weigh the pros and cons. You're trying to write your list. You're trying to figure out trying to make sure that you have all of your ducks lined up in a row in case something falls apart. You're trying to hedge your bets, so to speak. You're trying to really do all these things to make sure that if this is the wrong decision, that you won't be taking the L, right? No one's gonna be looking at you and be like, "Child, what did you do?" But and so while you're figuring it out, every choice is lining up to not take this choice, to not make this decision, to just let it go. And it might, oh, excuse me, see, I got to sneeze a little bit. Ugh. Okay, no, it passed. So every choice is kind of lining up telling you to not take this decision, to not do this, to not do that. And so this place you're in now with the lunar eclipse is going to force you into a decision one way or the other, right? And I can't say the choices you want to make is the one that you want to make is the right one, because the reason why you're tossed up like this is because there's a desire for you to step outside of your comfort zone. And stepping outside of your comfort zone can be a really, really good thing. Even if what we do might even fail, that's okay, because you really won't ever really know until you try. And if you don't try, then you're still stuck, right? It's like deciding that you like things a certain way before you even ever experience any other parts of life, right? You're like, oh, I only like this thing, I only like this. He's like, if you only been exposed to one type of food, one type of music, one type of one color, just one thing in life, right? You only like spaghetti and classical music and the color yellow, right? And your whole life is based around that. But someone introduces you to sushi, rock and roll, and the color purple, right? And it's like, you're so used to being in that one set, that one space, that this other stuff feels like a betrayal to who you are. But it may not necessarily be that. It might just be, you may not end up liking sushi. You may hate rock and roll, and you may think purple is just too much of a, too bold of a color for you. That's fine. But how would you know that if you don't taste it, listen to it, and try it out, right? And so I think that's kind of where you, pal one, that you're in, where you're in this space where you're trying to make the right decisions over and over and over and over again. And the lunar eclipse is kind of really pushing you, um, outside of that comfort zone in a little bit. It's pushing you to make a choice, to make a decision, and the decision may be to stay where you are. It may be to take the chance, to go for it, to let fear go. But whatever it is, um, you have to, you have no choice at this point. I think it's kind of like, how you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but you're stuck between a rock and the wide, Sargasso Sea, right? You're stuck between, like, you can stay on this rock for long, or you can take the swim. But either way, you're like, something that's coming is going to push you into the water. It's going to push you into a decision. um let's see what else we get here. What other things we have here? uh I'm gonna pull out some oracle cards as well. Let's see. Actually, no, no. Let me get some. I'm kidding this aside. Let me get some clarification cards. Let me get some more information about this here energy that you guys are in. So let me get some more. Spirit, give me some more cards about this energy. About this energy that Power One is moving in. What other information do you have for them? Okay, let's see. What other information do you have for Power One? For those who chose Power One, what other energies, lessons? What else is being shown to Power One from this lunar eclipse? Let's see what we got here. What do we have? What do we have? I'm hearing the word go, 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 go. Now remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because this is a collective reading. This is a general reading. I mean, so it's gonna be with a lot of energies. But some of y'all need to go, 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 and it's not like an impatient go, go, go. It's more like, when you're at a, oh God, what God is the tip of my tongue is killing me. At a sporting event and you're rooting for your team, you go, 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 go. That's what it's like. It's like some of your spiritual team is just like really like cheering you on. And some of that might have been like some of the reasons why some of y'all have been stuck in this hesitant type of space. Taurus is a very fixed sign. It's fixed, not necessarily stuck in its ways, although it can be. It's hard to force a Taurus to move, unless they want to move, right? They're bulls. They're very pig-headed in that type of way. They're very bullish in that type of way. They don't necessarily, you can't necessarily bully a Taurus into doing anything they don't want to do, which is very interesting when we're talking about this energy that you're moving in. I think that lunar eclipse is really, really trying to force you in out of that type of way. And you might not necessarily be a Taurus yourself in any type of capacity. At least in your big three. But I would suggest looking at where Taurus aligns in your falls in on your birth chart. Like if you have Taurus in your finances, that'd be something that could be slowing something down, or Taurus in your family, in the house that rules your family. It could be something that's an issue with your loved ones. Oh yeah, see, look at that, Temperance. Yeah. Yeah, there's patience that's coming in. I think this is really good because Temperance is not only a patience card, but Temperance is like really something working, it's fulfilling and working on its in its own right. where see the card, or something is kind of like really working in its own right, where it's moving in its own type of way. And I think that's what's really important here for you guys, is that you guys are things are pushing you guys to kind of make a move in a sense, and you're really resisting because you're really in that kind of like Taurus energy where you don't really want to make move, you don't want to be forced into making a move, but this energy is coming that it's going to actually do that. You don't want to be forced, but you know, we don't always get what we want. And this is what I really think this energy is doing for you, pal. Number one is that it's going to force you out of your comfort zone. And in doing that, you're going to have to really evaluate how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see change. More importantly, you guys, I'm feeling like you guys are not necessarily fond of change. You don't view change in a positive light. You know, change is something that may be slow to take for you, and you've resisted every fucking time you see it. Like, you guys must really hate spring. Because spring is just this type of season where everything is coming to bloom, where everything, you know, has to change. You know, you have, and spring and fall too. So like, and you know, all seasons change to certain things, but there are major seasons where things like literally they are based upon changing. And we're in the fall season too. So yeah, so you guys may dislike change, but change kind of really likes you. If that makes any sense. Like you're like, change is like courting you so much. It's kind of like you're like, leave me alone, boy. And change is like, okay, but let me get your number though. Like, change is like, I can change your life. You know, change is like, baby, you need me. And you're like, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. Except, like, change may be right. You do kind of need it. We need change. I mean, change is inevitable, is what I'm saying. You can't resist it. You can't you can't fight it. It's a very natural thing. I mean, look at life progression in general. We change from sperm and eggs to fetuses to the very life force itself. You know, our very existence is based on change. And you know, you don't stay a child forever. Eventually you become stay a baby, you turn it to a toddler, a child, a teen, an adult, an elder. You know, like, that's just life. Part of you, even stuff that you used to like and enjoy, eventually changes. So change it can be scary when we're talking about really big, massive things, things that challenge our comfort zones, but they're also very important, very necessary. Yeah, I think they're going to be, I feel like there's going to be lessons that not necessarily learned, but I'm hitting revealed. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting, like, revealed. But I feel like they are things you already know. And I think that's what's going to be really important here, is because you're going to, it's going to be like, I told you so. Like, like, you are going to move into that space where all of your fears and worries and doubts, they have already been handled. They've already been settled, right? So it's gonna be like everything that you were afraid would happen, or worry would happen, or everything that you know, like the things that you've been debating on. I'm hearing I told you so, but in a good way. So not like, oh, this failed, I told you it would fail, but like, uh if if you just tried it a little bit, I told you so would be good. Or I told you this thing would be beneficial for you. You know what I mean? Like, because that is really important, is that I'm trying to figure out the words I'm trying to say. Because I'm trying not to be redundant, even though I know I'm being it. Basically, what I'm trying to let you know is that you can't live this life pretending that everything is only going to go in one certain way, and that you can decide how that's going to be. If you make the certain choices, if you do these certain things, if you pick and choose a certain type of way, if you navigate life in a certain way, and then you can live a fulfilled life, free of any heartache, any pain, any this, that, and that. And I'm not saying all of you in Power One have done that, but I feel like it's a big thing. Is there's a reason why I keep getting this stubborn ass energy here, is because like that is where you guys have been in for so fucking long. And I think I said earlier that I don't feel like I'm pressuring you. I don't think I can choose you to tell you one way to take your risk or not. I do feel like there's a lot of you guys who have no choice but to take the risk, because what's going to happen is something's going to come up where you have no choice but to do the thing that you were debating on doing, in some cases afraid of doing. This is why you guys have been weighing your options so much, is because there's a part of you deep down that wants to do the thing that kicked off this debate in the first place. And whatever the reason why you're stuck in this place where you're being stagnant, you're going to find out that it's not a strong enough reason to not do something. Basically, it's like no matter what sometimes you ever seen somebody like write a pro and cons list, and the cons outweigh the pro, and they still do it anyway, because at the end of the day that's what they wanted to do. They just needed to look at this stuff, just look at how stuff was going to line up, or something like that. But at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to make that choice, to make the decision. And it's going to require patience out of you. It's going to require you to think outside of the box. It's going to require you to think outside of yourself. But in the end, when you do this thing, you are going to be you're going to be surprised at how unsurprised you are, because it's going to work in a way that it's going to work out in a way that that allows you to get out of that mindset that you've been existing in, probably for your entire life, or for a good chunk of your life, especially in your adult, for a good chunk of your adult life. It's going to return you back into the sense where you used to be curious and adventurous as a child. You may not have been like living it up and being wild, but you did see curiosity in the world, and you sought to search for it, sought it out. You wanted to experience things, and somehow through life, some of you guys, your experiences led you to lock up and harden yourself against certain experiences, certain people, certain challenges, because you're all about being safe, and that's fine. I'm not even knocking that, but at a certain point, you have to allow yourself existence, and existence is not an easy as a 1, 2, 3 type of thing. It's not as easy as just simply being like, if I behave this way, I do this thing, or I can, you can't control it. You can't. There's too many variables in life for you to try to control, and the more you try to do it, the more spirit is going to come through, the more life is going to come through and be like, nah. And I think that's really what this energy is for the lunar eclipse, is that things are being turned upside down in your world. Things are being shaking so much to a point where that indecision you've been in, it's going to be finalized. It's going to be realized, and you can take the step yourself, or you can force, or spirit can force you to take the step. And this is not a cruel thing, by the way. Spirit is not out here trying to have us assed out, suffering for the sake of suffering, just because it's funny and it's fun. That's Spirit is not a big kid on shining down a magnifying glass on an anthill, right? Spirit's not a bully. But we all have purposes in our lives, and they don't have to be big grand purpose. Sometimes our purpose in life is just to live and enjoy life. And I feel like a lot of you guys in Power One have been stuck in this place where you haven't really felt the joy of life. And you want to feel the joy of life so much, But there are, there are things that are keeping you from doing that. And this energy now is going to put you in a place where you can finally live and enjoy life, enjoy the fruits of life. And it won't be like this big thing where you're gorging yourself and then you get sick of it and you go back. That's why it's Temperance cards here. It's going to really ease you into this life where you can enjoy a long period of satisfaction. But you're going to have to, like I said, rock and wild Sargasso Sea. Why Sargasso Sea? You're going to have to be pushed off of that rock. You're going to have to be pushed off there, walking into the depths of the sea. And it's, you know, it'll be scary for you if you aren't prepared for it, or if you feel like you can get swallowed up. But don't let those fears, guide you. Don't let those fears stop you. You can survive this, and it's going to be just as what you wanted it to be. With this Ace of Swords in reverse here, it's going to be exactly what you've always thought it to be. It's going to be it's going to calm your nerves in a sense. Because I feel like a lot of you guys is really, like, I feel like frantic energy, like and with these cards here, I'm feeling like relief, like, thank God, like, finally I get to rest. Finally I get to not have to worry about this shit. Finally I can just live. I can just do. I can just go. And a lot of you guys have been wanting to do that for long, so congratulations. You're now, with this lunar eclipse, it's really kind of moving your energy, shifting your energy into that change, shifting your energy into that place where you are unlocking certain things, where you're finally be able to make a decision. And the good thing is, this decision is something that's already aligned with you in the first place, right? Because, like I said, when you made those lists up, when you made those decisions up, where you're trying to decide where to go, you already knew what you wanted to do. You were just too afraid to make that choice. But now that you get to make the choice, you get to decide what you want to do. Spirit is basically saying, listen, I'm forcing you to stop being stuck in the in-between and finally get to go. Now, if you want to go backward, I'm not going to stop you from going backward. But if you want to go forward, baby, we're going to go forward. And it's going to be good when you go forward, right? That's what this energy is that you're in. So let me get, this is really good for you, Pal One. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm really excited about this. Oh, good Lord. What kind of shuffling was that? Anyway, I'm really excited about this, Pal One, because there's so much to see, so much to do, to experience, that you guys haven't quite seen yet, and it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so fun. I'm literally, like, excited just thinking about it. Like, y'all gonna have to hit me up in the comment section, and you don't have to do it now, but you can come back in like a month or two and let me know what's up, what's Gucci, what's goody, and let me know how some stuff is working out for you, or some stuff probably already, like, I feel like a lot of you guys are already in this energy. I feel like lunar eclipse just kind of like flipped a switch on you guys, like you were already there and that lunar eclipse hit and it's like, and you're off. Right, you're off to the races. All right, let's see, what kind of cards do I have? I bet y'all did not miss my random ass singing. Come on, let's see. So let's get some. Give me some spirit. Give me some words. Oops, shit. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay. We got Satira Brazen. Are there any more cards in the deck for Pal One? Any more cards in the deck for Pal One? Any more? I feel like there may be one more card. Can we just get one more card, please, Spirit? For pile number 1. I'm feeling very content, very serene, and I feel like that's the great energy for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of really entering that, especially like I said, it's been very frazzled, and now you're you're more calm. And I know I know y'all gonna be excited about that, because there's nothing better than to have a calm sense of self, a calm mind, a calm emotional core. All right. One more card for me, please, Spirit. Nope. Yes. Ooh, etheric chords. So I'm going to read these out of the book. So with first card, we have number 17. Satira is brazen. Look at that. Gorgeous card. And that says, ooh. Oh, okay, goodness. So Goddess Satira is the energy and spirit of Buxton in Ghana, South America. Satira is brave, bold, brazen, and barefaced, casting a spell with her hips. Her guidance is step up, go for it. Yo, like I said, the spirit was saying, go, 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 cheer, 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 cheer. Partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate you. All who mean you harm will fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. The embodiment is make the brazen decision. Oh, Spirit, I love you. Thank you. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? Yo, fam. I'm going to read that sentence again. Make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? Power 1. Spirit is moving. Spirit is moving. It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. Goddess force energy is brazen. The goddess declaration is, I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. Yes, pile number 1. Like I said, Spirit is really, truly, truly moving you guys to be like, to move into your bullshit. Like, it's really saying, like, get out there, go, stop playing with me now. Stop playing with yourself right now. Like, you know what you want to do, and you out here playing like you scared or something. Why is you scared? Why you shaking? Like, you got all the support you need and more. Cause Spirit is not gonna leave you out here assed out. That's on God. It's not. That's not its purpose. It's not what it wants you to do. It's like I said, you're in alignment. You just, everything that you want to do, you can just go now. And you're free to go now. You're free to go. You're free. You've already made the decision to go before you even realized you was making it. And now it's time to actually just step out. It's not even stepping out on faith at this point. It's just like stepping out on boldness, on brazenness. Ooh, Power 1, y'all. Don't make me catch you in these streets, Power 1. We gonna fight. We gonna fight. All right, and your next card is Irresolute Dantor, the etheric chords. Oh, chords, C-O-R-D-S. What was that accent? Ooh. Number 27, quartz. God, I'm feeling myself a little too much. Irresolute Dantor is fought elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers and children. She represents the healing of the Dark Mother. Her guidance is, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. Yes, I love this for you guys. Remember your worth. Embodiment. This energy cords binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to are strong. You must be willing to let go. Close your eyes, see the vast swords of Goddess's love and light separating you and dissolving the cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there's also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords, or etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. God's declaration is, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. I love that for you guys, because I feel like some of you guys also, like, some of the stuff that you're going through is extremely personal in like relationship wise. Like, the reason why a lot of you guys have been hesitating is not because it's like I mentioned earlier, I said financial, house, and family. For you guys, the ones that are in your family, the things have been stagnant. There are people in your life, that your life or your community or something like that, that you've been very close with, probably for your entire life, and you are just not willing to. You've been in that mood to kind of like move out of it, to leave them behind, and you've been so terrified of doing so, terrified what they would say, terrified how they would treat you, terrified how they would judge you. But it's, you have to make a decision for yourself. You have to make a choice for yourself to care for yourself. And I suggest that whatever you're doing, and like I said, a lot of you guys have already been making these choices and these decisions. And a lot of you guys, you just want someone to say it's okay. So from me, from spirit through me to you, it's okay. It is okay. You're okay. You, it's time to cut those cords. It's time to, whether they're with spiritual cords, mental cords, emotional cords, it's time to let go. If it's no longer serving you, if it's hurting you to even think about it, if it's causing you mental, spiritual, and emotional anguish, cut those cards. Reach out for help in certain situations. To people, you'll be surprised at who has your back, is who's willing to help you out of those situations. You know, yeah. I don't know. I feel like some of these cards are really heavy, heavy cards. Um, but I feel like the time is now. Like, you've made your decision. The time is now. Is to go. Is to move. Is to fight. And congratulations on your win. Congratulations on your choice. And I'm very excited to see, and I hope the very best for you, as you move forward and break free from those terrible binds. Um, we have come to we've come to the end of your reading, my beloved pal one, and of course we can't leave this reading without some words of affirmation. So let's choose. In case y'all like to see me shuffle, hold on. That was terrible shuffle. So spirit for power one. Let's get a couple of cards of affirmation and care to leave them with, some positive notes of encouragement and care to leave them with. Oh, I am worthy. I am enough, and I am worthy of receiving everything I desire. I do not need to prove myself to those who will seek to diminish me. I am worthy. Look at that. Yes, you are pal number one. That especially goes with the Ethereal Tarot cards. About knowing your worth and standing in your worth. Remember, you are worthy. You are worthy for everything that's meant to come your way. Okay, two more cards. We got I am whole. Oh, good. See, look, and that's also what the Ethereal Tarot card said. I am whole. I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. Look at that. You are whole, pal number one. And the final card is I'm free. I release worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I choose to focus on the things that are pleasing to me. When I release worry, I allow room for solutions to enter my life. I'm worry free. And that's really good for a lot of y'all. And pal one who has really strong, a really strong need to hold so tightly onto something, for fear, for worry, for doubt. And especially in this period where you're moving out and you're moving free and you're releasing things and you're stepping into this new era of your life, and this new era that you wanted so badly, that you are finally in alignment to have and to get and to be free from. This is wow, this is really good for you, pal. And when I am loving this lunar eclipse energy that you guys have stepped into, I'm loving this for you. I'm loving Just like this, I'm just loving this energy in general, but specifically for you guys. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. But this, again, this is all I'm seeing for a reading for pile number one. I want to thank beloved spirit, my ancestors, your ancestors, my guys and your guys, and more importantly, I want to thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for coming to this reading. I hope you enjoy. Let me know. Leave a like if you do. Leave a comment down below to let me know how this reading resonated with you and what type of energies that you're feeling and shifting. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, pal number two. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Ethereal Visions deck. And of course, since the format of this, I'll have to face the deck towards me to read. Do not let that deter you. I know that a lot of people like to see the cards for themselves when I'm shuffling. I know I'm trying like that myself. You can still watch this reading. Just for those of you that doesn't like to read cards in reverse anyway, you can just automatically see every card as upright. Also, do not be afraid to pull out your own deck if you have and read along with me and see what resonates and what doesn't. So let's get into it. Yeah. All right. All right, great spirit, ancestors, there's no one and unknown who wish me good and not harm. Great mother, divine democracy, great grandfather, I pray that you hear me now as I work these cards for power number two. What energies or lessons did the lunar eclipse, did the passing lunar eclipse bring into their life? What energy do they step into? What lessons that they need to learn? This past lunar eclipse bring to life. Give me a message, give me a message, give me a message for them. I'm thinking that's steady, S-T-E-A-D-Y, steady. Listen, steady. I'm hearing master as well, like to master something, to like maybe like in college you get your master's degree, or to be really good at something. Oh yeah, that's a card. To become like proficient in something, steady and master. More cards, great spirit, any more cards. Yeah, I feel like there's at least one more card in this deck for you guys. Ooh, maybe two. Any more cards want to pop out at me for pile number two, please? Okay. Do a couple more shuffles and then I'll just pull from the deck. Shuffle one and shuffle two. Yeah. Okay, 10 of cups, 8 of cups. Yeah, that's another card in here. All right, there is swords. I'm hearing ending. So steady, master, ending. Steady, master, ending. And one more card in the deck. I need one more card from the deck, please, spirit. One more card from the deck. I apologize for the lighting, you guys. I got my overhead light on. So, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Oh. Oh, great spirit, I pray that you allow me to speak these cards and read these cards accurately and honestly and authentically for those who may come across about proud to let messages be a message of love, guidance, support, and encouragement for them. This I pray, amen, and I say, amen. All right, what cards do we have? Let me see if all these cards are in order. Okay, yeah, that goes there. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. That goes there. All right, so this is what this is how they're lined up to be. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then we have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups in. Oh, I didn't even notice that reverse cups are at the bottom. Okay, reverse cards are at the bottom. Okay, great. That's really great. Okay, so like I said before, I heard steady, master, and what was the other one? End. Steady, master, and end. I think that's really relevant here because you have the Eight of Cups and you have the Four of Cups here. There is search no more. Search no more. Your search is over. You guys have and don't be scared of seeing this Three of Swords. I know Three of Swords people like to interpret that as like breakups, cheating. That's not what this is, because the Three of Swords is sitting here between your Nine of Pentacles and your Ten of Cups here. I'm seeing an abundance of love here. If we can look at these hearts here as these swords, and these hearts are somebody entering your heart and entering your life and making a mark on your heart. And I'm seeing multiple people doing that. I'm seeing like multiple people, like you guys are, I'm not quite sure if you've said prayers, done manifestations, set out some recipes and stuff to bring in some things in your life, but I'm getting like threefold with abundance, right? Just like, I mean, because like look at this garden, right? Because what I'm saying, like she's got like one flower in her hand, but there's so many around her. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you only asked for one thing, but you ended up, is this flowers? That's grapes. Like you asked for like one thing, and you ended up with like a bunch of bunches, a bunch of grapes plus a bunch of grapes, right? You're ending up with abundance, right? Like you made it ask for like one piece of love, and you ended up with three. You might have asked for just a single piece of care, and that care is overflowing. And that's what I'm seeing here. Like you're moving into a period of overflow, and it's not just, so it's not like the things that you used to ignore or even fear that you may neglect. Cause like I feel in these cards here, it feels like nothing. But honestly, it feels like nothing. Like, cause like all this shit, like it literally doesn't even matter. Like it's just here in the reading to kind of like mirror these cards, these energies, because like this shit doesn't even matter, because like that's what it is. Like in the first reading I mentioned that it felt like a light switch went on, click click, like something like the lunar eclipse happened and the switch went on, and then suddenly something really quickly changed. And that's what it feels like in here. Like suddenly the things that you worried about or you thought about, like lunar eclipse hitting, light flipped off, and suddenly all that shit was gone. And that's how you want it. You wanted that. I'm not feeling like you wanted to bypass the emotions. I feel like these how to that you're the ones who've done that heavy work. You felt all that heavy energy. You've existed in that heavy energy. You've been through it. You've been through it probably more so than anyone else who probably ever met you would ever know, because you're probably not a type of person who shows it. You're not a type of person who shows what you've been through. I don't know if you ever heard that. I don't look like what I've been through. You're not one of those type of people. You keep up a very good facade. And I feeling like you're kind of like over the facade now. You're kind of really over trying to keep up that energy of you know, of being, I think the I think the theme in this reading is going to be um being your truest self, because I feel like in Power One it was kind of like the same energy where they got tired um of trying to, you know, exist in the way that they've always existed, and now they're trying to be someone new, or exist in this newer way. And I feel like that's kind of like what you guys are doing too. Like you're not with the shit anymore. You're not trying to put up facades anymore. You're not trying to pretend to be who you aren't, or you pretend to do what you don't want to do, right? You're like, I'm not, no. You're like, listen, I'm hurting here. I'm fucking sad. I'm fucking alone. I'm fucking going fucking through it, and I need comfort. I need connection. I need help. And I think like that's something that you've already done, that you've already made those issues known. And because you did that, because you acknowledged the pain that you had, instead of trying to cover it up, trying to mask it, instead you're like, listen, this shit hurts. I'm not gonna play with y'all about this pain. This shit is hurtful. I need y'all to understand that, and I need people in my life who's going to help me heal it. I don't need anyone else who's just looking at me just like, oh, that's sad, and then move on. I need actual people in my life. And what happened was, I feel like a lot of you guys, you made that announcement, and I feel like this is not something that just recently happened. This might have been like in the last year or two, maybe three, maybe longer. For some of you might be sure like last few months or something, but the change was like immediate, like that. People started to fall away, people started to drop, and you were probably really lonely for a very long time. And that loneliness ate at you. Oh baby, it chewed you up between its teeth, and you weren't sure if it was going to spit you out or swallow you. But here's the thing: you are, I don't want to say resilient, because I know, because I'm like one of those people who's like, don't tell me I'm resilient when I have to deal with a lot of shit, right? I shouldn't have to be resilient. But you really are, and that's because you made a decision to take back your power, right? While heartache and loneliness and pain was chewing you by the teeth, instead of letting it swallow you whole or spit you out, or you know, or become your entirety, you imagine, I don't know if you ever seen Hercules, the Disney version, where the Hydra swallows Hercules, and like, you know, they think Hercules is gone, and then he lifts up their mouth with that's what you are, right? Just as something seems like it's about to swallow you whole, about to take over the whole totality of your life, you you lift up his jaws and you show it defeat. And because you've done that, because you show that this thing is not going to be the end all of everything, that you won't be swallowed, that set off this domino effect. And so people in your life who liked the version that you presented themselves, the well put together version, the version who smiled at the pain, the version who didn't, you know, who didn't come with any issues, you know, the version of them that they liked because it was easy for them to be, and not the true person of yourself, the person that's like, I bleed, I hurt, I ache, I need help. You know, that version, the one that you weren't authentic, the people who like the old part of you, the part of you that was all in the mask, that was a masquerade, they begin to fall away. And it was hurtful because you weren't expecting some of them to fall away. You weren't expecting some of the people to leave to be the people to leave. You were like, oh shit, that person's gone, and that person's gone, and that person's gone, and that person's gone. And you were looking around, suddenly your best friends are not there. Suddenly, shit, some of your family member isn't there. Suddenly, the people who was like, oh, I got your back, no matter what, you'll ride or die. But they was like, when it's time to ride, they was like, nah, I'm gonna die. You know, like the people that were supposed to be for you, they couldn't even muster it. And And you looked around and it seems like you had nothing and nobody. And then somebody showed up. Just one or two people, right? Small little people. And maybe you leaned on them too much because you were so lonely, but they stuck around, right? And you just, and because what you just wanted one little thing, right? And I'm hearing community. So some of you just wanted one small thing, and now the lunar eclipse, it's light switch like that, right? And you're gonna find more, right? Threefold, tenfold, ninefold, right? You're like, those of you who wanted one friend or one lover, you're gonna find at least two, right? And they're gonna leave such a strong impact in your life. One who wanted just like one thing that you can call your own, you're gonna find an abundance of it, right? Those who are looking for love and companionship, you're gonna get that and then some and more. And not these are not just individual energies either. So it's like if you get one, you get the other, right? And so this can be romantic love, friendship, whatever. This can be romantic love, friendship, whatever. This can be finances. This can be community, because I'm really getting a lot of community energy from this. So right, so all of this is everyone in PAL 2 who picked this. Whatever energies that you think that you're looking for, you're getting more than that. So if you said, I just want a friend, you're going to get more than that. You're going to get a community, right? Those who like, I just want to be loved, you're going to get more than that, right? For those who don't want children, this is going to be the beginning of that life. Maybe you want to have a bunch of pets. You're gonna get that. You want a stable career. You're not only gonna get a stable career, you're gonna get one that's joyous, right? You're not just gonna be paying your bills. You're gonna love the job that you do, right? And it's all that other energy, all that other noise. It's gonna surprise you. Like, you're gonna look back at this time next year or the next 2 or 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years. I'm saying 5 years, and you're gonna be like, damn. Remember that time when I had nobody? And you're gonna look around, you be like, damn, I got everybody. And not just everybody, not just anybody. You got people in your life that matter, that care for you, that you care for, that can reciprocate the energy that you put out. Right? They're not just taking. They give too, right? And so, like I said, just like a quick hard stop. That's why I'm like feeling nothing here, because all of that old shit that's just it. It's old shit. It's dead. It's gone. It's buried. It's like literally you didn't go to the funeral. You don't know where it's buried at. You don't give a shit where it is, because it doesn't serve you anymore, because you're all about this right here. You're all about this right here. This is the energy that you're in. This is the spirit that you're in. This is where you're moving at. This is where you're moving to. This is where you're navigating from. And it's so good for you. It's so good for you. This is the energy that you're moving in. But don't there's this, again, that steady master and end. And I think that's really important here, because I don't like to just tell y'all just like the good shit. I like to tell you the real shit. And the real shit is, don't get too swept up in it, right? Um, because a lot of you did when there are some of you guys who were lonely and looking for something, and you found someone who gave it to you, and you leaned on them too much, that they did back up. And that really is on you, because we get so, like, we lose something so badly, and then when we get something that replaces it, we're like, oh, I gotta have it so much. And there are people who can care about us, but everything has to be reciprocal. And we have to be careful that even in our moments where we're finally being vulnerable and we're finally trying to lead on something, that if someone gives us an ear to listen to, that's all we're doing. um like, unless they're a person in a professional field that you found, like, whose job is to listen to you, um like, finding a new friend and then just kind of like leaning 100% on them all the time, you have to respect that new friend's energy as well. I know this for a fact. I'm usually the friend that everyone goes to when they needed to rant and talk, and like 9 times out of 10, people barely even like are like, hey, by the way, do you have the time to discuss this? And I'm just like, no, I don't. And I'm like, because they don't ask. They've asked. They're just like, hey, by the way, blah. And it's like, okay, but you know. But the good thing is I can take. It's using a text message, so I can look at it and I'll be like, I don't have the capacity to read this. Like I read a text and I'm like, I don't have the capacity to read this right now, and I can come back later. But it's not always in text. I'll say that it's not always in text. So, yeah, be very careful with how um how you seek out these new energies. Be very careful. I don't know. I'm just playing with the arrangement of the cards right now because I'm talking and reading and thinking. But be very careful with, and that's what the steady is for. Um, I don't think people that are meant for you are you going to scare them away, but make sure that the care that you give from them is reciprocal, right? Because you're so used to people taking from you and you giving that when somebody's really ready to like receive, you're kind of like just throwing everything on them. Give them a chance to carry you if they can. Give them a chance to do, to tend to you, to care for you. Don't throw it all on them at once. Because I mean this is steady. This is steady. Also steady means that this is steady energy that's coming to you in pieces too as well. So you may get eager to throw it all on one person, but thinking that this is it. But remember, all these pieces, they're not coming all at once, because that's going to overwhelm you. They're coming in time, right? This is why it's like 5 years for like the uh, correct time period, because it's the beginning of a long, steady period. Because even if you get to the nine of Pentacles, nine of Pentacles follows 7 and 8 of Pentacles, right? And those are cards that are about steady work, hard work. Just you know, working with sometimes either sloppy or with precision, but they're cards that determine a lot of hard work till you can get to the place where you're reaping the benefits, the rewards of the work that you put in. But the work has to be put in at first. So you don't have to do it all in one day, or so let these people slowly, steadily come into your life, and let them steadily show themselves, and you can unwrap yourself in a sense. um you can allow yourself to be seen and heard and loved without having to rush to get it. Because again, when I was saying that be careful, it's like don't be so afraid that you're going to lose these new relationships, lose these new energies that you're in, these new gifts that you're receiving, that you just start to bum rush them, right? Let them come to you, right? Appreciate them as they come here, and take care of them while you're getting them, and let that progress naturally as it's meant to be. You don't have to worry. This isn't like it was before. These aren't people who are just here to take everything from you and to leave you to dry. Sorry guys, I had to go and do something right quick, but back. And where was I at? Oh, I was talking about being steady. Yeah, I was talking about being steady. Yeah, being steady in your approach to all this new energy that's coming your way, and letting you know that this isn't going to, you're not going to be left out to hang out to dry. You're not going to be left on. This is not energy that's coming in and leaving you. This is energy that's coming in and helping you, healing you. And even if some of these people do leave, that's because they're coming for a particular reason, to do a particular work. And once their work is done, they will move on. But you don't have to fear abandonment. And you don't have to latch on in that sense to ensure that you're not abandoned or hurt ever again. Yeah. So let me pull some oracle cards. Let's see what I'm going to pull. I'm going to use the African Goddess, because this deck is the bomb. I'm going to use African Goddess, and then I'm going to use the Grandma Baby Lenormand as well. So let me pull a card from here. for, oh goodness. Okay. All right. Oh, that was a terrible shuffle. One more. Let's do one more. Let's get it right. One more good shuffle. All right, that's as good as you can get me. That's okay. That's as good as I can get. Oh, put the cards this way. All right, spirit ancestors, guys. Kind of card of cards we have for how to tell with energy or lessons the lunar eclipse, this past lunar eclipse might have had for them. Oh, okay, all right. We have Mumbaya Nahanda Radical Rebirth. Okay. I'm gonna show you these cards in a minute after I get them all settled up together. Okay. Those are not your cards because there's like 10 of them. I'm gonna leave that out. There you go. And this one is feeling safe. Now I'm not quite sure if this card is yours, but I am going to pull it out, and I'm going to use it to read from the deck just in case it maybe one or two of you may connect with it. But so we have Mumbaya Nahada Radical Rebirth. Let me put these cards, smooth these so I can have a better space. We have Tituba, Feeling Safe. And the card that flipped over is Eisen, Miracles. So let me read these from the book. All right, Mabaya Nahanda, she was born around 1840 to Charwe as Chare Nakasikana, channeled a Mahadora, an ancient royal line spirit named Nahanda, who has been incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for at least 500 years. Heralded as Mubaya Nahanda, our grandmother Nahanda, this great ancestress was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. Her guidance is, yes, you can. Stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn like the sun. You rise again and again. Her embodiment is dust yourself off, move forward, and go for it again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, change your mind, and need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up if things aren't perfect. Stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decisions. Goddess declaration is still I rise. Oh, I love that. Oh, if y'all know me, y'all know I love me some Maya Angelou. Still I rise. I love that energy. I love that for you guys, because that is that really is like the energy that I'm feeling for you guys. Is that, like, despite everything that you've been through, all the heartache you've been through, all the neglect you've been through, all of the pain you've been through, still you're here, still you rise, still you go forward. And it's even, you know, it's even shown in your cards here, you know, that still you rise, and still you rise to greater heights here. All of that heartache and all of that pain, it's still, You know, it wasn't for nothing, right? You don't get all that heartache and pain and just sit and suffer with it. It's, you know, it's, you can choose to come out of that heartache, and you did that, right? You chose to come out of that. You chose to be yourself. You chose to speak authentically and true. You chose to speak truth to those emotions, to that heartache and pain, and in doing so, you began the process of healing it. And because of that, you opened up new avenues and new doors. You had a radical rebirth. You had a radical rebirth, you guys. Jeez. Oh, whew. Yeah, oh, y'all about to have me ring showing up in this place. Don't do that now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But really though, you guys really did have this radical rebirth, and this rebirth comes with it all new experiences, new joys, new life anew, life renewed. And that's what a lot of this energy is saying. Like, it's like, yo, baby, it's like, again, like I said, switch, hit light a switch. That's for you guys. It's, you literally open the door. That's what y'all did. Y'all opened the door and y'all was like, I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa. And you opened the door and you walked out. And what you walked out of this place of darkness and heartache and pain into this place of joy and refill and renewal. And that's where that master energy come from. Like, one thing ended and you moved to forward. You mastered this other shit and you're moving forward into this newer place where steady blessings keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, and still you rise. Still you rise, regardless. And even, and I'm not gonna say like your life is gonna be easy, because that's, life is not promised to be easy. um you know, you can't get ease, but you know, life is gonna be, because life is just what it is. But you, this new energy that you're rising in, this new energy where you're like, still I rise, you're not doing it to mask anything anymore, because now you overcome it. Now you've understood it. You have control over it. You have power over it, instead of it having power over you. Like, let me read the next card. Let me move on to Tituba. Great ancestress Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trial. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold to a Barbados plantation. Her guidance is, it is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Come on, spirit, stop showing out, please. Your trip has been long. There is a light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. Power number 2. I'm sick of y'all. And I mean that in the best way. I'm sick of y'all. Look at y'all. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. Her declaration is, I am safe. It is safe to be safe, baby. Yes, yes, it is. It is safe to be safe. It is safe to be safe. Yes, 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 yes. And this is, I'm trying to wrap it up. I don't want to overdo the reading, but like, if y'all can feel like the joy, I feel the relief, I feel the release, I feel just reading these cards. Baby, this is so good for you. Pal 2, this is so good for you. This is what you asked for and more. Your spiritual team has been working for you on your behalf. You know, they don't play. You are theirs, and it's like, nah, we're gonna get you the fuck up out of there. The second you realize that shit was not moving in the way it's supposed to do, when things weren't working for you in the way that they needed to work, that they should have worked for you, when you were having so much heartache and pain, when you were feeling unsafe, you were dying in some sense. Your people said, look to me. Look up, look up. Don't look down, look up. And you did it. Against all odds, you did it. You looked up. I promise I'm not trying to be ridiculous. I'm just really... This is so good. I can't help but to find joy in it for you. Because this is the type of shit. This is the type of shit that needs to be had, especially now. Especially now. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna say this is a part of your reading. The Miracles card. Izan, she's a Mambo priestess, and she's the Mambo priestess. Izan is the wise Haitian Iwa, queen of the market, riches, and sacred initiations. Respect her as the highly venerated spirit of the first priestess. Her guidance is, you are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. What if you truly allowed yourself to believe all things are possible? Dare to dream bigger. Yo, all things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. That's basically the theme of this reading right here. You claim you want miracles, but you take in, I'll believe it when I see it approach. What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world you want for yourself. Yes, you can be your true self. Do what awakens your soul and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Your God's declaration is, my life is full of miracles. Yes, I'm glad that card came out. I'm glad that card flipped over, because yeah, your life is full of miracles. So I'm going to add one card from this deck to your reading. This is from the Grandma Baby's Lenormand. And then I'm going to do an affirmation card for you guys. And then we'll be finished with your reading. And this is just, I'm going to use this as, like additional assistance in your reading, like additional things you may need to focus on, additional things that you may need to that might need to come to your mind. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. No. So come on, Spirit, any messages, any cards, so we put it like this. I like to see the back of the cards instead of the front. So that's why I always flip the cards over. Okay, you got Anchor, yes. And the reflection card. And one more card, please. Yo, I'm gonna say it when I get to it. I'm gonna say it when I pull up the book. Spirit is really showing out in this reading, and I'll tell you what, I do not mind it at all. I love it. I love it when Spirit, when I'm doing a reading and all the cards just line up. I'm like, yes, yes. Oh, flipped out at me, baby. Ooh, Mountain, yes. All right, so let's do the Anchor card, which is card, what, 25? Is that it? 35. Oh, goodness gracious. Can't read Roman numerals. And then let me pull out the Mountain card, which is 21. Okay, so Anchor says stagnancy. People get used to anything the less you think about your oppression. The more your tolerance for it grows. To become free, you have to be acutely aware of being a slave, by Sata Shakur. Let me show you this card too. I forgot to show you the card. This card asks you to step outside of your comfort zone as often as possible, because sometimes stagnancy can masquerade as safety. Existing only within the confines of the familiar can be a prison. Allow yourself to discover new modes of being, new ideas and activities. Literally move. Let trapped energy find release. Let freedom be a destination that keeps evolving and decolonizing itself. Ooh, I love that. Mountain, delays. This is a card of setbacks and delays of solutions that are well past the expiration date. Either in time by scaling up or waiting it out, you will eventually start to make progress again. This obstacle has come to teach you that if you've been stubborn to change or trapped in a particular mindset, it's time to shift gears. Meditate, recalibrate, build, and rebuild. Think outside of the box and detach from your old expectations. And the mirror card here is simply a card that you can see whatever you want to in it. But what I want to say about this, when I heard the anchor card, I really thought steady. And I think it's really interesting. This is stagnancy, steady, stagnancy. Anchor, a mountain, is delays. And I thought with the reading of the cards, again, with mastering, so I feel like that these cards really are this is really the energy that, of course, that you've moved out of, that you're moving into, or where you find that energy where you're being stagnant in, where you found those things that you were looking for and longing for. It's important to really start moving into the work, like now that you know what you're looking for, what's coming your way. Just get up and go. start like, when I mean get up and go, I mean like start doing the work. Start like the things that you're looking for. Like if you're saying I want to, like if you say I want to write a novel or something like that, I want to write a successful novel, like just desiring to do it isn't going to get the writing done, right? Like you got to actually fucking write the novel. And this is what this energy is saying. Don't be your own delay. Don't be your own stagnancy. Don't be the only reason, like, and that's the energy that you left behind, right? But as you walk, as like I said, opening that door is not just enough to open the door. You have to walk through it, and it's time now for you guys to really walk through it. Some of you guys are probably going to be running through it, but remember, steady is the key. Don't overexert yourself too much. Allow yourself to walk through, to move forward, to do the things that are necessary to do to get to this place. All of this stuff is already yours, right? You still have to put some work in, right? And this is really important, to not like sleep on your laurels, to not get stagnant, to not just, like this shit will be yours regardless of how you set about to get it. It'll be yours, but you still have to put in the work to get it, right? Like like if you may have a favorite food that you want to eat, but it still has to be cooked, and even if you don't want to cook it, you want it delivered to you, you still have to put in the order, right? It's not gonna magically show up on your doorstep like I heard you bitches was looking for me. It's no, you gotta do something. You gotta get in the car and go pick it up. You have to get your groceries, fix the food. You have to make the order, right? And that's pretty much what it is. It's like the spirit is just saying, like, listen, whatever your endeavors are, the stuff that you wanted, you got it. You just have to start making moves. Making moves. Just do that. And this mirror card again. And I'm going to let you guys pause on it. Take a screenshot of it. This card is a card where you can see with your own meaning into it. So I think this is really good for a way for you guys to re-see yourself and reshape. So take a screenshot of this card. Or better yet, get the deck and look at this card and reflect on what this card can mean for you. What does the mirror card mean for you? What does it mean to be a mirror? What do you see in this card? What are you looking for? And that is a good way for you to navigate how you make your emotions, navigate how you start working out, moving out of the stagnancy, how you start moving forward, how you start becoming a master in your own right of not just your emotions, but a master of your job, a master of your life, a master of your talents and your creations, of how you learn to move from one energy into the other in a safe and healthy way. So we have reached the end of your reading. This is longer than pile one. I didn't mean for it to be this long. I'm so sorry. But as hey, spirit moves and spirit moves. I don't make the rules. I just I let God do what he wants to do. God does what he wants to do. All right. So this is the end of your reading. I'm going to leave off with an affirmation card or two. So that's some words of encouragement for pile number 2. an affirmation card for pile number 2. I am whole. This is also a card that came out in pile number 1. I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. Remember that. You are a whole, unique, wondrous being. You don't lack anything. I'm ambitious. I put my goals and ideas into action. Yo, listen, yo. I take a leap of faith and I believe in myself. When I put my heart's desires into action, it is for the good of all those involved. I am ambitious. Bitch, I better get out of my face with this. Listen. Listen. Like I told you, like when you start making those moves, it's gonna be good. Y'all miss my fast singing in your face. Is that it? Oh yeah, that's in those are. So pile number 2. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. I thank you so much for coming to this reading. I want to thank your spirit. I want to thank Great Spirit, your guys, my guys, your ancestors, and my ancestors. And more importantly, I want to thank you for showing up for yourself. I am loving this energy that you guys are in. If you like this, enjoy this reading, please leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated with you. And let me know, you don't have to give me the tea, but just let me know how you doing, guys, and I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, this is it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the African Tarot deck. I love this deck. So I am going to use this deck and I'm going to shuffle it on screen, and we're going to just use it to decipher what energies or lessons that the passing lunar eclipse might have tried to show you. Already took it out of the box. As you know, because of the setup for this deck, for this reading, so the cards would be turned to face me, so that I can read them properly, because my camera is above me and not over me. So you guys can read the cards along with me, for those who like to see visually how the cards look, and you can read them in reverse or non-reverse, however you want to read the cards. You also feel free to pull out your own deck and shuffle along with me and see how the reading connects to you. So let's get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm so afraid all of my random ass singing is gonna cause me to get a copyright claim. Look at that, like, oh good gosh. And YouTube will copyright claim that ass. Right. Oh, Great Spirit, ancestors and guides, please be with me as I read the message for pile number 3, for what energies or lessons that this passing eclipse may show for them. Great Spirit, ancestors and guides, give me a word of message. Yes. Ooh, strength. Word of message. Encouragement for all those who may see this reading. Uh-oh. Okay, we have the Chariot in reverse. Okay. Any more cards? Any more cards? Didn't quite flip over. Are these? That's 2 cards. Okay, good. I feel like this may be a card, but I'm not sure about. Yeah, that's a card. All right. Oh, those it. Okay. Okay, let's see how this deck is supposed to be. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, great spirit ancestors and guys, before you pray that you allow me to read these cards accurately and honestly and truthfully, pray that these cards be a word of encouragement and helps all those who may hear this. I pray, amen, and I say, amen. I heard hindrance. All right, so we got the, what is this? The Five of Wands, the Strength upright, Justice upright, and the Chariot in reverse. And I heard hindrance while I was doing my prayer. Hindrance. I'm actually hearing no more hindrance. Yeah. Those who have made an enemy of you will regret it or have already regretted it. For you in Pile 3, for those of you in Pile 3. Yeah, people have... See, it's really amazing that you have these two cards in reverse at the end, and then in the middle you have Strength and Justice. Like, there's... hold on. I'm trying to, like, there's a lot. Okay, let me just... Shit is coming up roses. Working in your favor. I think they said clap back. I think that's what it was. What else? Don't worry about it. To maybe don't clap back. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so pound number 3, somebody did you dirt. Like they okay, so like listen. Okay, usually this is a card where people are fighting, and but this is giving me like a gossip type of vibe, where I feel like everyone is like, it's like it feels like look how everyone is just kind of like just like sitting around, like this one's talking this one, that one, and that one. It's kind of, that's what it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like talking, rumors. It's like, and I feel like no one really gave a shit if what they were saying was true or not. It's because it was you, just specifically you, whoever you are, pile number 3. I feel like that's the thing. You have enemies, and I don't mean like go to war type of enemies. I mean like people who, like, I literally see someone rolling their eyes and sucking their teeth, like, at the very thought of you. And, like, it's not even hidden. Like, it's, like, in your face. Like, I see you walking by them, they just rolling their eyes. Like, they want you to know they dislike you. And they want you to know that because they want you to feel alone. They want you to feel, like, if it gets to you, that's what pleases them, and that's because they have literally nothing else in their lives to please them. They very well could have some things in their lives to benefit them, to basically to keep their thoughts on something else, right? They can find a fucking hobby, but you're their hobby. Unfortunately, you are the thing that it gets them going. It gets their tongues wagging. It's like if you didn't exist, they wouldn't have a reason for being, and that's all on them. And that's because, like, in no uncertain terms, Pal 3, I want you to understand this and listen to me. That's because you're the shit, and you're not trying to be the shit. And what I mean is, like, you're not walking around here just like trying to tear people down, or building yourself up in the opposite of someone else. You're not like I'm pretty, you ugly, I'm smart, you dumb. Like, you're not doing that type of shit. You're just being you, and that pisses some people the fuck off. This feels very junior high. This feels very elementary. This feels very high school. So I'm thinking, like, you in Pal 3, you might be a younger person in general. I'm thinking late teens, early 20s, or this might have been something that has been going on for a while, since your late teens, early 20s, or you just in agreement with this. This feels very childish. You know, even you, like, wherever, however you are, wherever place you are in your life, even you realize that you are you're over this shit. You're either too grown for this shit or you're too mature for this shit. Like, this shit, it is what it feels like. It feels like kids being mean on the playground just because they can. You know how sometimes small children, because they're playing around, they're learning in their socialization cues, so they may just be mean to kids just to see if they could, you know, and they probably don't really even mean anything about it. They don't even understand the impacts of what they're doing. And this is kind of like what they feel like, except I think they do know the impact. These people definitely know the impact of what they're doing. Like, this isn't like, they're not just doing this because they don't know any better. They know fucking better. And they hate if anyone comes in and sees you and could possibly click with you. Like, you can just say good morning to someone and they will be the first person they see right after you, saying like, don't talk to them, let me tell you about them. And this kind of worked for a while with other immature people, with like-minded people, where, like, I don't think you were lonely, but it was just like, God, you were tired of these people like constantly being in your business and then constantly telling your business or making up business to tell about you. And I think it kind of wore thin, because you try to turn the other cheek. Like, I can see you trying to be like the bigger person, and I think that's like a lot of advice people kind of give you, like, don't worry about it, they'll get tired of it, you know, you turn the other cheek, you be the bigger man, you do blah 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 blah, this, that, and the third. And you try to do that and the shit wasn't working, because ignoring a problem doesn't get rid of a problem, right? Like, if you have a cancer and you don't go like, oh, well, it's just a cancer, I'll just ignore it and it'll just fix itself on its own. Like, no, bitch, that shit can metastasize, and it can go from benign to malevolent, benign to malignant, malignant to deadly, real fucking quick, right? And this is what it's like. It's just a spreading cancer, and you are at the point where you really kind of, like, some of you don't know what to do, and some of you know exactly what to do, and some of you like, I got something to hold that ass. Like, some of you are really ready to throw hands at this person at this point. Like, I mean, like, nasty ass, fighting that ass type of. I mean, like, deadly. Catch me outside on the playground, Vaseline on your face, earrings off your ears. I'm not gonna just scratch your face, I'm about to ruin that face type of fighting. And honestly, I can't see anywhere where it's saying not to. Like, don't, like, look, don't get too violent. Like, of course, like, don't pull out no weapons. You don't have to take a life to get to fight somebody. Like, if you beat an ass, of course, but it shouldn't ever transpire to the point where the violence is overwhelming. Like, don't take a life. Right, but if you have to confront somebody, you're in your right to confront somebody. You're in your right to say, I'm sick of this shit. You got beef, let's handle it. And I think that's where, when we get the strength in this Justin card in the middle here, it's because, like, things are like, it's like you've been pressed from both sides, because you got here, you got all that talk, all that rah rah rah, and over here you really got that kind of like, shit's just been kind of like fucked up in a sense, because they've been really fucking your shit up. And it's kind of like you can't really. And also, I love this chariot here, because you're like, I'm finally done with trying to pass it. It's like, nah, I can't do this anymore. And the cards are really saying, like, yes. Yes, good. Because some of y'all though, y'all really won't have to do anything, just but be like fed the fuck up. Like, the second you be fed the fuck up, this is a really good time to turn to spirit, your ancestors and guides, and be like, hey, yo, handle my light. Wait, That's it. Just be like, handle my lightweight. And because like some of them are like, they're really just kind of like being held back. Just kind of like how this woman is holding the lion, right? Like the lion is roaring and she's like that, kind of like resting on it, kind of like, yeah, I'm taking care of you, like petting it and cooing it and all this stuff. Like, let the lion off the fucking leash. Let your people do what they've been trying to do. A lot of these people, like, justice is served. Justice is served. Like, this is, it's like, 'cause listen, it's time. Like, there are times where you do have to decide what battles to fight. Like, you have to fight your battles. And, you know, you can't go to metaphorical war every fucking time someone says some shit. Like, you'll be never stop fighting, right? So there are some times where you just have to be like, this is insignificant, they're insignificant, boom, bam, bam, I'm out, right? And then there are times where your enemies need to get shaken the fuck up so they can know they picked on the real one. They fucked with the right one today or the wrong one today. You know what I mean? And so this is the type of stuff I feel like for those of you who do workings, who do like, who have recipes, maybe even some spells, I'm not saying to not write someone's name down, to take a couple pictures, to put it in a couple of jars. I'm saying if you do that, I I'm seeing a lot of people are going to be like, all of this rah rah is gonna stop. A lot of this talking is going to definitely stop. I feel like a lot of people are going to you're gonna be like surprised but not surprised at the amount of apologies that are gonna be suddenly coming your way. Um you don't have to reconcile with people, by the way. When people do you dirt, you don't owe them anything. A lot of these people are going to be sort of demanding some type of, they can be like, oh yeah, I did you wrong, but you know, let's squash that. Let's put that on, that's water under the bridge. Let's put that underneath the rug. And they're just saying that for their own appeasement. You don't owe them that shit. You don't have to, like some of these people need to get their ass whooped because sometimes some mouths they some people won't learn lessons unless they learn the hard way, and sometimes they even won't learn. Like sometimes you just need to tell people, show people that you are not the one. And there are various ways to do it. I really am just saying, like, this lunar eclipse, it really just this is the energy that every reading has been in. It's been like a quick snap, like power one, lights flipped on, power two, a door open, and for you guys it's just a snap. It's like you guys are like, okay. Like, cause like I see, like I literally see you guys just chilling, minding your business, and hear that shit come again, and you're like, you know what, not today. This ends now. And that is the kind of energy, guys, you move in. You move into that this ends now type of energy. You guys are, because the Taurus really, I didn't explain this in Power 2, but I did a little bit in Power 1. But Power, for this Power, I'm going to explain to you like a little bit that Taurus is a kind of, I call them bullish, right? They're kind of a bit of hard head. They're fixed energy, so they don't really move. Like they move, but they don't really like they're not air energy, right? You know, they're not fire energy. Like they move in their own right. And I think Taurus is earth energy too. So like Taurus is like, it really is rooted in where it's at. So like if it makes a decision, any type of decision it makes, it's going to stay in that decision for a very long time until it has no choice but to make a new one. And this is the type of energy that you guys are in. Like you're really kind of moving into that, like, okay, I did it this way. I did it this way for a very long time, and I'm not doing this way anymore. It's time for a new thing. And once you decide to do that, like, bing bang bong, bing bang bong, Jesus, Lord of mercy. But like once you decided to do that, it was like one, two, three, like quickly, like in succession, like things started to line up. Cause like I bet you guys were kind of like shocked when you decided you was gonna do this, and then like options started appearing, like you're like, oh, I'm gonna handle this person, and then suddenly you met somebody who was like, oh, like, oh, I know so and so, yeah, they work at this place in the third, and they're like, suddenly your enemy, your enemy works at, and suddenly you have someone who has the ability to probably fire your enemy from their job, or you ran into the ex of your enemy, and wow, look at this, you guys suddenly hit it off, and you weren't, you're not trying to be with that person just to spite it, but it does give you a nice little, makes you a little bit happy to know that your enemy is looking at you with that ex that they loved and couldn't keep, but you can. You know what I mean? Like, it's those little bitty things. It's they're not big, huge, explosive things, and I know some of you might have want that. You might even fantasize about having that, but those are nice, but those aren't fulfilling. Like, we all want, we all want our enemy to be, dealt with in big, colorful ways, but it's honestly the small ways that matters, the small, significant ways that matter, the small, everlasting ways that matter, right? Like, sure, you may want your enemy to get like Regina George and Mean Girls hit by a bus, right? But why want that when you can want them to never find another job ever again? All of their relationships that always fail. Um, every bad thing they even say about you or think about you comes back to them. Like there are creative ways to want someone to get their comeuppance without having to be like just boom immediately. Like that's satisfaction for now, but like it's like if someone's been your enemy for 10 years, why settle for just 1 year of them getting their shit, one day of them getting their shit rocked, when it could be like 10 years of them getting their shit rocked? Me personally, I'm more the type of, I hope every day that you step on Legos type of person. Personally, like I don't give a shit about all the other stuff. Like, I want your life to be inconvenient in every possible way, and every time it's inconvenient, I want you to think about me and realize how badly you fucked up, and the only way to fix that inconvenience is to make it right with me. And if I try not to make it right with you, good luck on the rest of your life of inconvenience. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I am. Let me pull some other cards. Let me pull some other cards. Oh, three. I don't know why. Y'all are funny. Y'all got me. I was just about to say, y'all got me fucked up. And I feel like that's like that's the energy a lot of you guys are in right now. Because these people got you fucked all the way up. They got y'all they really out here thinking they know you and shit, but they don't know you. They don't know who you roll with. They don't know how deep your shit goes. So let's see. Let's get some more additional cards, Spirit. What other energies we got here? Yeah, so we got the Two of Swords. I was about to say that doesn't look like a 4. Lord of mercy. What are the kind of energies we have here? Four of Wands. Okay. Two of them. Oh, we got the Tower. Oh, we got the Hierophant. And I think there's one more card here. One more card here. What's the additional card here, Spirit? Ooh, And the Nine of Wands. Okay. Okay. I heard the nine of Wands, no rest. No rest for the wicked. Um Two of Swords, Four of Swords. Let's see what. Okay. I think the Four of Wands is the key card here. The Four of Wands and the Tower are the key cards in this in this deck. Yeah. Oh, look at this Tower card. Isn't that a cute card? That's so cute. Yeah, so yeah, no rest for the wicked. Yeah, I'm seeing there's going to be a someone's going to try to do some reconciliation with you. And the Hierophant is telling you to be wise in those choices that you're making. Because like the shit that they are like, honestly, okay, look, I know I told y'all earlier, if y'all like if y'all want to handle some people, go ahead and handle it. Like the handle it should be like, okay, like yeah, y'all may want to whoop somebody's ass, and some of y'all may need to do that, but like for the most part, I'm really telling you guys to give this to your spiritual team, because this tower energy here is what's going to happen to to your enemies, right? They're going to rock their shit. They're going to, baby, yeah, be wise in how you go about handling these situations, because it really will be best for you in that way, to really be careful in how you go about it. But just know that your enemies are already taken care of. And that's really relevant here with your Chariot in reverse here. There's no actions that you need to take. I think I even said that before when I was channeling a message. There's really no actions you need to take, besides just calling on your people to handle your lightweight. There's really nothing else you need to do. I feel like that, like I keep getting that need to want to fight to get some of that. And I think that's just like the energy you guys are in. Also, I think that's something you guys have already probably done. Sometimes the ass whooping don't, because you know a hard head makes a soft ass, and some people asses are the softest ever because they keep doing the exact same shit. But yeah, this Four of Wands energy right here, this Four of Wands and this Hierophant are connected via this Tower card, and this Four of Wands here is telling me that you are meant to have a more fulfilling life that's free from all of this stuff. And I feel like, because like this energy really kind of hindered you in a lot of really big ways, emotionally, mentally, it drained you, it because it wasn't no small thing, right? And these people really in love that it drained you. They really enjoyed that it ruined your day, and in some cases your life, you know, hindering you from healthy relationship, happy friendships, jobs. Even there's nothing worse than seeing a bully that you hate, that person is being your bully, and they're like end up a supervisor for a job, and they still got beef with you. And it's like, yo, we're 30 years old, you're mad over something that happened when we was 15, or some beef that you something that you conjured in your mind when we were 15. Like, what is this shit? And yeah, so like they've really been trying you, and the Strength card is telling you to unleash to release the dogs, so to speak. Let that line go, remove that chain from the line, and let your ancestors, let your guides really start doing the work that they want to do. You have powerful warriors in your spiritual team. Call on them, let them know who your enemies are, let them know what you need, what, and also do it from not just trying to harm your enemy, but what you are trying to do for yourself, right? Again, building something. That's where that wisdom comes in. You're building something. You're not fighting blindly. You're not fighting a blind enemy, right? You're not fighting a war anymore. you know, you're coming from a place where like, I'm tired and exhausted of this, but because I'm tired of letting other people have control over my life, I'm ready to take control back over my life. It's time for me to take control back over my life. So call for that justice to be served. And it's already like, listen, like, to be really fucking honest, this shit is just really lined up, because like all you have to do is just say something and it's like done. Like, no, like nothing else needs to be done. The charity in verse, nothing else needs to be done for you. Just to call on your ancestors and let it go. Give it to God and let go, and let God. How the saying goes, like, just give it up, give it over, and let it go. And watch this tower movement is going to unfold. I hear some of you guys even asking for mercy for your enemies, because this tower moment is going to come and it's going to hit them just as hard as the lightning is hitting this tower itself. It's going to come and it's going to hit so hard. I feel some of you are actually saying, some of you won't. Some of you are like, man, fuck that. But some of you guys will be like, yo, have mercy. Please have mercy. Please have mercy. Because some people just, they don't understand the they just live this life, and they because they don't really have to deal with consequences. Some people like that. Some folks do things because they're acting out of some type of pain or whatever. It's not really up to you to diagnose them or dissect their issues, because at the end of the day, it's all about the pain that you were caused. And but like, some of you guys will be asking for mercy because you will be able to see the effects firsthand, especially since like I'm seeing like some of this shit is like really close, like in-house close, like people close, like it's not just like some random person out of nowhere. It's like family, maybe, like not always, like very few of you, I think this is family. So like you could be able to see the issue, the justice being served on their behalf, and it may make your heart a little bit tender, and you, so you can like, no, please have some mercy, please have some mercy. And yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. That's where this Hierophant comes in. Again, remember to use your wisdom in all of your actions, because again, do not under any circumstance go out there and cause harm to people to the point of destruction or death. Don't do that. And don't you be daring like, oh, this tarot reader, like Jay told me it was okay. Jay ain't told you none of that shit. Jay told you up front, off the top, off rip, don't do that. Don't be getting no glizzies and being like, oh, I'm gonna handle this because Jay said in her cards I can, in their cards that I can do this, so I'm listening to them. Like, you gonna find yourself in a tower moment playing with Jay like that. Okay, I ain't tell you do none of that stuff. Like, you can fight somebody with old school fighting is with fists, but you can also, there are different ways to fight. There are different ways to fight. Use your intelligence, use your wisdom in how to fight this. Again, go to your people. Go to your people. Go to your spiritual team. Take it to God. Take it to your ancestors. Take it to your spirits. Put somebody in a fucking jar. There are ways to do shit that you ain't gotta end up in prison, and you ain't gotta sit out here and try to blame me. And I'm saying that because I really do feel like some of y'all like to be funny. Like, I feel like somebody's gonna run across this reading and being like, think it's really fucking funny, and no, your yeah, your people really, but for real though, your people are like, they really they have your back in this situation. And I'm like, turn to your spiritual team, because this won't just like stop some shit, it'll free up some shit, so you can be able to move forward in a healthier way. Now I'm pulling these cards here to decipher what other type of works that you need to be doing specifically to this is the Grandma Baby Lenormand, to help with this energy that you're in, and how to too many cards, way too many cards, yeah, and how to like what particular specific things to help you guys with this. Okay. Okay. And okay. 30 more cards. That's one more card. Anchor. Okay. All right. So we have, in order, we have tree. We have moon. We have corn. And we have anchor. And so I'm going to be using this pretty little black book to read from. So I'm gonna just like give me a moment while I pull up all the cards. Let me pause while I do this. Okay, so first card we have is tree, and tree is harmony. Tree is harmony with the land and all her spirits. This harmony with the earth also requires harmony with indigenous people, paying our respects to land guardians, past and present. Remember, Mother Earth is also an altar. Have you heard the stories in the soil? Before you take, do you ask permission? Do you give thanks? Do you offer in exchange? Those who know the earth best knows there is enough here for everyone. Myths of scarcity were designed to separate us from our mother, but love can never lose its way home. This card also calls for mothering and tending to yourself as altar. I kind of really like that. The mothering and tending to yourself is altar, because what's really important here is to, like I said, make sure that with the work you're doing, you're not just planning on just working on your enemy. That you're working, caring about the benefits of yourself, that you're worrying about yourself, because it's like, it's very easy to be like, like, check my enemies and boom boom boom, like, okay, well, yeah, but what are the benefits are you thinking about for your own self? Like, how are you nurturing yourself? How are you caring for yourself? What in what ways do you want this? Are you asking for this work to be done in order so that you can be free enough to care for yourself again? And I think that's what's really important here, is when we're talking about using discernment and using your wisdom and being wise in all your actions, that you're not just doing actions out of spite, but that you're doing it for the benefit of yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's important that you tend to yourself, that you care for yourself, because this energy here has been a hindrance to you for so long that you haven't been able to have the emotional care, the mental care, all those things that you've been neglected, because this shit just came in and just kind of been wrecking your shit for a very long time, and it's coming to an end now. And so you're calling on your ancestors and your guides and spirits to help you with this shit, but also, like, instead, ask them to give to help with you as well. All the things that were taken from you, ask them to refill it in you. Like, my peace, bring me back my peace. My joy, bring me back my joy. My love for myself and for life, bring that back to me, Spirit, please. All the things that you need to take to tend to yourself, because it won't matter. Because like I said, like, you can do the Regina George thing and pray they get hit by a bus and have that enjoyment for one day, but like, then what? After that's done, then what? Right, you're back to where you used to be. You want that continuing fulfillment. Moon card says dream. In our ancestors' dreams, family were united, justice was served, black folks were safe, joy was abundant. We aren't yet living in the world they imagined for us, but we are closer because of their imagining. And we draw it closer still by taking the time to dream it. Do you have dream rituals? A dream journal that you keep? Do you call on ancestors to assist you and utilizing dream space for healing and manifesting? That's beautiful. I love that. Do you call on ancestors to assist you in utilizing dream space for healing and manifesting? Do you know herbalists who can help to maximize your ability to recall dreams or relax more easily into a dream state through the use of specific plants? Are you regularly escaping boundaries of this reality into one where we can all be free? I really love that. Um, um, Also because of the way it's saying finding healing in your dream space. Um, I feel like a lot of you guys might live in your heads a lot, or have those connections maybe via dreams, the dreams from your ancestors and stuff. So like you may not go to do like some of you guys for like the tree is best that the work that you're doing to handle to work that you may require to go to, plant like plant a jar in the earth or do this, that, and the third. Some of you guys may just be required to do something for dream work. Um, so those are two ways in which you may be called on to handle this situation. So you may have to get herbs for tree. You may have to get herbs, plants from the earth. Remember, when you do that, always ask first before taking, and always give an offering after taking. We work in cohabitation with earth, not we're not in dominion over them. Some of you guys have to check your dreams, contact and speak to your ancestors in dream, or even like this said in the book, contact a herbalist who can do dream work, write down your dreams and things like that, or dream recall. So see what messages your ancestors are trying to tell you via your dreams, what works they're asking for you, what ways that they're trying to assist you via your dreams. Those are really good ways. But also make sure that you're dreaming of a life that you have that's a life fulfilled, away from this things that has been taken from you, and move into a place where you have a stronger foundation, where you're not worried, where you're not a victim of the shit that has been worked against you. We have corn, which is harvest. Corn has been a symbol of fertility and abundance. This card tells of harvesting the seeds you planted, the conclusion of a season of hard work and focus. Yes, it's time to reap rewards and celebrate. It can also allude to an offering from one's ancestors. Sweet trees to symbolize the sweetness of the life they've given you, to show gratitude for their loving presence and work in your life. The shadow side of this card is a reminder that you reap what you sow. And if you haven't sown what was to your benefit, you reap the consequences. This is very important. Also, so this is a really good thing for you guys, if for when you ask and call your ancestors, give thanks back to them, and gratitude and thanks. For those of you who have altars, tend to your altars, place the food on there, place the things that they care for it. If you want a sweet life, give them the sweets that they like. If you don't have an altar, you can, there are different ways you can cook foods that they like and eat it in remembrance of them. You can again just do things that shows your gratitude and thanks to it. But also remember that very important part at the end of the book, where it says be careful that you reap what you sow. So again, this is why I'm saying, like, be really careful about the things that you're saying when you want to get your comeuppance, because a lot of this shit, again, all you have to really just do is just say, handle my lightweight, and it's good and Gucci. You don't have to do anything else. Be really careful about what you do, because the justice card, justice is blind, so justice will fix whatever needs to be dealt with, including you. Right? So she's like, listen, I noticed this has been unjust. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to write the scale. Do not jump on that scale and try to make sure your enemies are getting your big comeuppance, because your justice is going to be like I said, I write the scale. And if you are the thing that's out of alignment on this scale, she will knock your ass back into alignment. Justice don't give a fuck. Right? So don't focus too much on trying to get that person their comeuppance. It's already handled. You just have to either go to the earth, to go to your dream state, do your altar work. There's certain things you have to do. You don't have to do too much extra shit. And finally, the last card we have is Anchor, which is stagnancy. And it says people get used to stagnancy. Was also in PAL too. So in case you guys pick that PAL 2 as well, or 1 and 2, you can go back and look at PAL 2. Maybe something in there for you as well. Stagnant says people get used to anything. The less you think about your oppression, the more your tolerance for it grows. To become free, you have to be acutely aware of being a slave. Ashata Shakur. This card asks you to step outside of your comfort zone as often as possible, because sometimes stagnancy can masquerade as safety. Existing only within the confines of the familiar can be a prison. Allow yourself to discover new modes of being, new ideas and activities. Literally move. Let trapped energy find release. Let freedom be a destination that keeps evolving and colonizing itself. Yes, let freedom be a destination. Freedom is a destination. It's a place where you're going. Um, yeah, so find other thing like find things in your life that make your life joyous, that makes life worth living, that makes, like, this is going to be a really great period to reclaim your energy, because like I said, a lot of this shit, like this shit right here, zapped your energy so bad, and it's time to reclaim it. It's time to really call that energy forth into yourself. Like I said, bring me, like, not just like handle this, do this and that third for my enemy, but like bring me back my love, bring me back my joy, bring me back to myself, bring me back to my authenticity, bring me back all of that. And that's really the energy that you're working in during this new lunar eclipse. This is the kind of energy that's kind of really been, like, not only did you snap fully and got really fully tired of this shit, but you're ready for this shit to be handled, and more important, you're ready to move forward from this shit. Like, you've been a prisoner to this shit for far too long. Far too long. And I agree with you. I agree with you, pal 3. It's time out for this shit. It's time not only out for this shit, but time to move forward into new things. So we have finally reached the end of our reading. And before I go, I'm going to leave you with some words of affirmation here. And I'm going to pull a card or two. And that should be the end of your message. And I really like, oh, I like that. I really like this message for you, pal 3. I feel like, there you go. Like, they just, how many cards? Like 3 cards came out. And yeah, I think there's another in the deck. Like, yeah, you got a lot of energy, pal 3. I feel like your energy in your reading is like so different from the other energies. And that's because, like, you're just you're just kind of really exhausted with some shit, and you really want to move on. You really want to be free from some shit, and you will be. This is not tangible. This is not conditional. Like, if you do this, then this happens. This shit is already, like, it's already in effect. You like the only thing that you have to do is just start doing the work to, like, second, just saying, like, listen, I need y'all to get me out of this situation. I need y'all to handle this shit for me. And then boom, boom, boom. Right? And then start working on the things that you care for yourself. Right? You don't even have to really work. Like, the work you have to do to handle your enemy is literally nothing. It's literally so minimal. Just opening your mouth and speaking. That's it. Because why would you need to do anything other than that? All right, one more card. There you go. So I am going to just ruin this whole spread. Okay. Pal 3. You have, I am healthy. I honor my body and I am grateful for the work it does for me. I nourish my body through self-care. I rest when I need to rest. I eat nourishing meals when I need to eat. And I exercise when I need to exercise. I am healthy. This is really good. Great ways of taking care of yourself are coming back into yourself during this period is making sure that you're caring for your health in all aspects, your physical health, as long as your mental and spiritual and emotional health as well. It doesn't matter if you do all this shit for your body and your mind and your spirit and your energy is still out of whack, right? Care for your mental and emotional energy as well. I'm attraction. Like a magnet, what I put out into the world, I get back. If I leave with negativity, I receive negativity. If I leave with positivity, I receive positivity. Therefore, I choose to leave with positivity. I'm attraction. This is really good, especially when we were talking about that, was it the anchor card? No, was it anchor? It was corn. Saying you reap what you sow. Just and with the justice card. So everything that comes back to you, do not be ashamed to want to call your enemies down, but do it within reason. Remember, that's what we've been talking about in the whole reading. Like, do it within reason. Do it within reason, because the scales of justice do not play. Everything comes, you what you put out will come back to you in some way, shape, or form. And you're already at the beginning of receiving some things, so don't like fuck it over trying to fuck someone over who's been fucking you over. Like, think of long term, not just immediate gratification. I am passionate. I put my entire heart into the people and things I believe in. My passion is a powerful force, is an eternal fuel. I recognize the strength of my passion, and therefore I'm careful where I choose to focus it. I am passionate. That is really important when we're talking about attraction. Be careful where you choose to focus your passion. Focus, recenter that passion back into you. These other things have been taking your energy for far too fucking long. It doesn't need it anymore. It doesn't need it anymore. Trying to refocus back on you. And finally, I am grateful. I realize that what is right about my life outnumbers what I perceive to be wrong about my life. I choose to focus on what makes me feel good. I am grateful. Yes. This gratitude card is the key. It's the main key to your reading, Pal 3. Above all else, it's important for you to practice gratitude. I'm just putting cards down anywhere. It's important you to practice gratitude when you're working in this work. Like, remember when we talk about reaching out to your ancestors to do the things that bring sweetness into their lives, is sweetness into your life, but also practice gratitude for them for the work that they're already doing. And practice gratitude for yourself, for this life that you're walking into, for this new energy that you're walking to, for everything that's unfolding to you, for the new foundations that you're breaking into your life, for the wisdom, the love, the joy that you're about to receive again, refill into your life. So yeah, this is all that I'm having from you, Pal 3. This is a very good reading, I think. All in all, I'm very excited for the energy that you release, that you're walking in, and for the new things that are coming to your life, and for the new ways that you are taking back your energy and taking back your power and stepping forward into a newer, greater, more fulfilling life. I want to thank Great Spirit, my ancestors, your ancestors, my guys, your guys, and more importantly, I want to thank you for showing up for yourself, Pal 3. If you like this reading, please leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know if you vibe with you or whatever, and I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all be good, all right? Now, y'all be good. Y'all be careful out there. Don't be out in these streets. Bye, guys.